Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you once again to this, our amazing platform. This is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform where we bring information that has to do with the Biafra Republic of Man in Exile. A platform where we bring details coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Man in Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. A platform where we bring information that has to do with the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. In this platform, we expose the war that the Nigerian government have declared on the Biafran people. The jungle and asymmetric warfare that is going on, which they declare by themselves, and they continue to pretend it's not happening. We expose it on this platform. And if you want to get the full details, information, some videos and pictures, go to the platform of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. You will see the evil of the zoo before your own very eyes. We cannot share everything on YouTube. There are certain informations we can't be able to pass here. So go and follow our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa on Twitter for you to have updates on what is going on. Fellow Biafran, the restoration of independent state of Biafra is ongoing, and everything that has to be done is done. The delegitimization of the zoo is still ongoing. Prepare yourself for the sit at home that is coming. 29th, 30th, 31st, and 2nd. Prepare yourself. From 29th to 30th, 31st, it is going to be a total lockdown of every offices of the zoo in Biafran territory. Every secretariat, every ministries. In Biafra land, they will be under lock and key. If you are one of those working there and you are a Biafran, please stay away from that very place. Stay away 29, 30, and 31st. And on the 2nd of August, it is a total lockdown in the whole of Biafra land. Prepare. This is something that is coming. It is the best way to go for us to tighten up the grip on the zoo to make them release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His health is failing. There is no other way we can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You and I know that he has not committed any offense. You and I know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case to answer, but they have decided to continue to hold him perpetually. And if nothing is done, they will continue to hold him and we might lose him. So prepare yourself for the coming sit at home. It is going to be heavy. Our promise have titled it Special Madness to the Zoo. When you hear such title, you know what is coming. Don't put your life in danger. Don't go and stand on the way. If you do, you will have yourself to blame. And no matter how you try to stand on the way, you cannot stop what is coming. The only thing you can do today is to obey simple instruction. Obey simple instruction. No matter the kind of propaganda they are bringing and blackmail, Biafrans, we have crossed the stage where we will listen to idiots who does not know their left and right. We have crossed the stage where we will listen to any deception. We have come to the conclusion that the only solution for the freedom of Biafran people is Biafra. It is either Biafra or Biafra. The contraption called Nigeria and their media have been pushing different kinds of lies and propaganda. They have been pushing different kinds of deceptive languages and words to deceive Biafrans, but we can no longer be deceived. Biafrans are awake and smart. We read and we study. The people leading the struggle today, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa and our scholar Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have read a lot and they have made a lot of research. So when you see some idiotic people coming online to deceive themselves, do not pay attention. One of the deception that we saw online, our Prime Minister have just educated the idiots to understand that whatever he is talking...
rails, because nobody uses narrow gauge rails anymore except India and South Africa.
Yeah.
So, yes, there are real grievances. I can't stress that enough. There are real grievances. And there are reasons why people like Nnamdi Kanu could exist. But now that they exist, what roadmap have they proposed? I don't see any roadmap that they've proposed.
True.
I see a lot of vexation. I see a lot of anger. I see a lot of aggro.
Yeah.
But what is the route from A to B? I'm not even saying, oh, you have to be polite. You have to be civil. That's not what I'm saying at all. You can be rude all you want. But the truth is there a workable route from A to B? Have I seen it? I have not seen it.
I agree, of course.
So that's my issue with the modern day iteration of the Biafra idea. I have no problem with the idea of a Biafra if it was communicated in a way that made it make sense. So if anybody who is advocating for a Biafra, who is pushing for a Biafra, if they can explain to me, for example, how, and these are real issues, for example, I'm not saying this is why Biafra shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm saying, explain to me how, for example, the two ethnic groups in West Africa that have the highest rate of intermarriage, that's the Yoruba and the Igbos. If you want to put an international border between them, how do you want to fix that issue?
Real issues.
The two ethnic groups that have the highest economic interdependence in West Africa, the Yoruba and the Igbos. If you put an international boundary between them, how do you want to fix that issue? Yeah. You understand? These are real issues that you can't fix with rhetoric.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's easy to shout.
Exactly.
But how do you want to fix these real issues?
And I'm going to read from the word of our Prime Minister. He said, "Listen to the problem of this gullible journalist, David Hudein. Sweden and Finland has more intermarriage than Yoruba and Igbo. Sweden and Finland has more intermarriage than Yoruba and Igbo can ever think of. Yet, they are separate nations. Finland and Sweden are more related compared to Igbos and Yoruba. Swedish is an official language in Finland, while Finnish language is not official language in Sweden. There are municipal in Finland that speak only Swedish, not Finnish. Their children are taught in Swedish, not in Finnish. So go and do your research, for people will come to TV and start talking rubbish to your gullible and idiotic Nigerians. We have nothing in common with you. We don't want your unity beggars." And this statement is made because of the idiotic messages that we see online where they push, where somebody will make an argument because people have intermarried, that because some Yorubas are married to the Igbos, Igbos married to the Yoruba, and because of that we cannot have our freedom, we cannot have the separate state. This is an idiotic argument which doesn't hold water. And our Prime Minister have just educated the idiot. And I hope he will learn a lesson and move away from that idiotic unity begging he's doing. Our being separate state does not stop us from marrying, does not stop us from doing business together. Let us be in our own space and grow at our own speed. Simple. Why is it so difficult for them to understand? The contraption called Nigeria is a very bad influence and we no longer want to be part of it. It does not matter the propaganda, the blackmail, or the language they use. Biafrans are tired of this entity called Nigeria and will no longer want to be part of it. Nothing will make us go back to this Zoological Republic. These idiots will not see what is happening. Even as we speak, the contraption is deeply going down more. You are seeing much more evil than have ever happened. If they told you in your dream that there will be a government that will be worse than late Muhammad Buhari, will you believe it? Today, the drug baron is worse than Buhari. How can anybody begin to imagine to be part of this kind of an entity? Entity that never succeed. It is going down, becoming worse by day. And it is even going to get worse. The Biafran people have found a way out and we must get out. And for those of you who continue to think that something is going to work out, I want you to hear and listen to the idiotic people who are your lawmakers. Look at the dramas that your lawmakers are playing in their own chamber. A fellow lawmaker has come out to expose them and call them kleptomaniac. And he said that they are practicing kleptomaniacracy, or whatever he called it. And look at how they were interpreting and they were making jest of it. Instead of making the correction, they are deepening themselves into this corruption. Watch this very video. You will understand that the zoo is gone.
We are thieves. That's a very blanket statement. Just this morning, sir. Just this morning.
He did not say you are a thief.
That
He said all of you in government
all of us.
are kleptocrats.
Yes.
And
Sir?
a thief is different.
Okay.
Somebody who is suffering from kleptomania
Okay.
is somebody who steals who steals, and then most of the time you steal what you don't need. That means you can go to somebody's house and you remove the key in the door of the person's house. You don't need the key, but because it is your business to steal, you must steal. So you take the key, put it in your pocket, and leave the house. Or you see a young child playing football, and you steal the football and leave the child crying, whether you are going to use it or not. So that's what he was saying. He was saying that you are surrounded, all of you are kleptocrats. He didn't say you are thieves. I think it's stronger than being a thief.
Yeah.
A thief is somebody who steals what he needs. A kleptocrat is somebody who steals everything, whether he needs those things or not. So that is what you are, by virtue of that description.
Yes. Mr. President.
And you are saying you are not.
Yes, I am saying I am not. After this statement by Senator Ali Ndume, I have received several calls far and near, especially from my children, that told me that they needed an explanation on why a senator, especially a ranking senator of the Federal Republic, will call all of us kleptomaniacs. Just this morning, the President of Nigeria brought a supplementary appropriation bill to the Senate. It means there is nothing that can insulate us from the affairs of this government if we are the ones that are passing supplementary budgets and even the Appropriation Act. That means that I need a lot of explanation to my children and to my loved ones. When I say loved one, I'm not talking of wives. I have only one wife. But my loved ones are scattered all over the world. Who wants an explanation on the inference of what Senator Ali Ndume said about all of us in the government? Mr. Senate President, I ran an election against a very formidable PDP member. And just over the weekend, there were publications that all of us APC in Ekiti State, if a member of the Senate who is an APC member calls us kleptomaniacs, it means the senator representing Ekiti North, that is myself, is also one of them because he's a member of APC. This is not good for our image. It is not good for me. And I think that statement is a breach of my privilege as a senator. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, like I said earlier, Senator Ndume's statement is a blanket statement, and I will want to implore this Senate, in a matter of days, for him to come categorical with evidence of the people he referred to as kleptomaniacs. That is one prayer. My second prayer is that with that statement that has put me under public ridicule in my constituency, I would like this matter of privilege to be referred to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges. I so submit, Mr. President.
Distinguished brother, the distinguished Senator Cyril Fasu. Well, my personal opinion will be that the party has taken the appropriate action. But since you are speaking from a point of privilege, that your privilege has been breached, and your only request is that you should face the Committee on Code of Conduct, Ethics and Public Petition to possibly list the names of the kleptomaniacs in the government, which you believe you are not among. Distinguished colleagues, is it the view of the Senate that the action of the APC has taken care of these vituperations? Those in support of what I've said, say aye. Those against, say nay. Okay. Distinguished colleagues, is it the view of the Senate that this matter be further referred to the Committee on Ethics and Privileges to allow
put the question. You don't need to put the question. You don't need to put the question. No need for question.
Okay. Distinguished colleagues, Senator Fasui is of the opinion that the kleptocrats or kleptomaniacs surrounding this present administration be named by Senator Alindume, the SY whip of the Senate. Those in support of that proposal say aye. And those who believe that the party APC has taken appropriate sanctions and therefore it should not be referred to any further committee, say aye. And those again say nay. The ayes have it. Your point of order is sustained. However, the Senate is of the view that the matter be allowed to rest, as the party has taken a decision on it. Those in support of what I've said, say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. No. So the matter is rested.
Now, watching these kleptomaniacs being the lawmakers in this contraption, will you still be proud to be a Nigerian? Those of you one Nigerian is, look at even your Senate president that you see today. Have you forgotten that this man has a case with EFCC? And when they call him a kleptomaniac, people think it's just maybe a mayor here. Even the person that called that name knows them very well. He is part of the stealing. After seeing them, the way they operate and what they do, you still have hope that somehow these kleptomaniacs will be the one to give you a future. You are a dreamer. You are a dreamer, and you will only pin yourself into destruction. The earlier you wake up and focus on your own freedom, the better. If you are a Biafran, Biafra is your hope. You are an Oduduwa person, Oduduwa is your hope. If you are from Arewa, Arewa is your hope. There is no shortcut to the freedom. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Biafrans.